looking at the grid and the points, you know, one thinks there might be another championship leader at the end of this race. We can't predict, though, because F4 very much is unpredictable, particularly with the field we've got and the drivers. We may have a first-time winner as well. Have to bring you the news and expectation as we go through this 9th race of the season. As we said, the F4's had an away day at Silverstone, and that was an interesting one with Rodin picking up all 3 wins. Since we saw F4 back at Donington Park, there was a judicial completed, which meant that August Raber actually ended up winning the 3rd race at Donington Park as well. So there was quite a lengthy procedure to sort that out. And if we get a chance, we'll maybe talk about that a little bit later on, but he was a double winner at Donington. Let's have a look at how they line up for today, though. And this is the outright pole position, of course, for the meeting. That goes to Fionn McLaughlin with Henry Jocelyn in P2. Martin Molnar is 3rd from Theo Palmer. Then it's Yuhao Fu, much better form in this race from Leo Robinson. Then Ethan Jeff Hall and Adam Al-Azari. Rowan Campbell-Pilling and Tommy Harfield on row 5. Joel Bergstrom and August Raber are on the 6th row of the grid. Row 7, Jimmy Pazik and Ella Lloyd. Then Chloe Chong and Xavier Avramidis, followed by Cole Hewitson and Chase Fernandez on row 9. 10th row, Thomas Behrman and Henry Mercier. Elba Larson is next up from Esme Kosterman and Charlie Edge. So a few new names into the championship, which our viewers here on ITV might not be familiar with, but great to welcome them along. And long may they continue with the championship, Phil.
Yeah, exactly. And we're on board here with Campbell Pilling, who had a bit of an incident at the start of the race earlier on in the day, but he managed to get out again for the restart, didn't he? So that was good for him, and he's starting a bit further up this time. So let's see how he gets on. But going back to your situation that we were talking about with Raber, who managed to get his win back, I think it was to do with they appealed it because it got red flagged and the result got put back a lap, as it does in the UK. And because his track limits was done on that last lap, where the red flag had come out,
which then didn't count.
It doesn't count anymore. So therefore, he got rid of that track limits and got his win back.
Yeah, and that's right, isn't it? If you're looking at it literally, you can see the logic
exactly
for it. So August Raber, the young Swedish driver, leading the championship, but we've got that very iconic Red Bull livery on the front row of the grid. Red Bull Junior driver Fionn McLaughlin, who I met through the Janessa Junior Scholarship. He was one of the finalists a few years ago. I can't remember how many years ago it was. And I keep threatening Fionn that I'm going to look at my notes and see what we thought of him. He was obviously very good because he made it to the final shootout of that. He's on pole and he's due a win, to be honest.
Yeah, he certainly is. He deserved one yesterday, but he had his front wing damage after hitting a bollard under the bridge. So, yeah, let's hope he can fix that and get the win today.
Also looking good to the outside of the front row is the lone Fortec runner. That's Henry Jocelyn. He's been qualifying really well and just needs to get a little bit of luck in the race to go with his race pace, see whether he can take Fionn McLaughlin, take the battle to Fionn. Let's see how it goes. The lights are on, very nearly ready. It's Martin Molnar who lines up in 3rd place. Very slow start from 4th on the grid for Theo Palmer. Maybe a little bit of inexperience in F4 for Palmer's start there, but he gets going. A super start by Fionn McLaughlin. Martin Molnar goes up into P2. Henry Jocelyn is in 3rd.
Yeah, that was an amazing start from McLaughlin. He absolutely launched it off pole position. But yeah, like you said, at the XL car of Palmer, he managed to keep it going, but he did make a very bad start. As you can see, there's someone...
Oh!
Is that Jeff Hall that's gone over the top of the front of someone's wheel there? So now he's dropped right back. So yeah, real shame for the Mercedes Junior driver.
And reigning Janetta Junior champion Ethan Jeff Hall as well.
It was Campbell Pilling again, I think. I think he's got damage to his front wing.
Oh, he's having no luck at all, is he, Rowan Campbell Pilling? As the race leaders go into Agostini for the first time. Plenty of lockups happening, but it's McLaughlin who gets it. This is what he did yesterday, but as you said, hit that bollard which knocked the wing away, and he had to come in and effectively right out of the points. Talking of points, he is 3rd in the championship on 77. Raber, the championship leader, just 4 points ahead of him. Going to have a look.
Let's see what happened here at turn 2. You can see further back. Yeah, that's Campbell Pilling, isn't it, down the inside of Jeff Hall. And unfortunately, 3 into 1 there didn't quite go. So, yeah, there was contact and it's pushed Jeff Hall right back.
Yeah, you won't be happy with that one. I suspect there might be a few post-meeting issues. You do have to appeal them very early on at the meeting. It's generally... when you go away from the meeting, you get the result. But there might be some judicials, particularly on race 2, which I know you and I were both surprised about, as McLaughlin leads away.
And here we go again with Campbell Pilling. He made a really good start, actually. He managed to get past a few, managed to get down that gap. there where Palmer had a bad start. So really good start actually from Campbell Pilling.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? He did that yesterday, Phil, and he got penalised for a jump start.
There's a little bit of contact there with Leo Robinson. They got away with that one. And let's just see now as, Jeff Hall goes right round the outside. And then there's it's just three, like I said, 3 into 1. 3 into 1. Unfortunately, he didn't actually have anywhere to go. He was sandwiched in the middle there and couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and although you say when it's not malicious that the judges won't have a go at you for it, but that really probably wasn't his fault, was it?
No, it certainly wasn't, and the JHR guys are going to put a new front wing on, which is actually very speedy, and hopefully get him back out again.
But that's no points for Rowan. I mean, he's not going to get in the top 10 from the back, which is bitterly disappointing for him again. He's had 1 podium so far.
Oh, big late lunge there.
Jimmy Pizzic down the inside, super move, right down the inside of Theo Palmer. Yeah,
that was a good move. That it looked like he backed it in as he locked up as the back end came round as he went down the inside, but great move from Pizzic.
It was. He was the championship leader coming into this round, so technically we've had 3, 4 if you include judicials, championship leaders over the course of this year. And do you know what? I was looking at results from last year and chatting to you about this earlier on in the day, Phil. This is the only place where Deegan Fairclough didn't win a race last year.
Yeah, that is impressive, isn't it?
Whoever wins, you know, don't worry about not winning the championship. Just think what Deegan did last year.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But Deegan, he's carried on his winning streak as he's moved up a level into GB3. So that boy is going to be a star. We're definitely one to watch by winning the Autosport Young Driver of the Year as well. He's definitely going places.
That was really nice to see that, and I know the family were really chuffed about that award, and very well deserved for him, so really good to see. So McLaughlin out front, Martin Molnar in second. We could be looking, you know, at the championship battle. McLaughlin and Molnar, both very quick drivers. McLaughlin new and rookie status because he hasn't raced cars. I mentioned about him doing the scholarship for Ginetta, but stayed in karts. He didn't get the car opportunity, stayed in karts, went right the way up the ladder, and it's his first season, so he's got the yellow background to the number. First season car driver Martin Molnar is the reigning rookie champion as Al-Azhari makes it down the inside of Leo Robinson. Good move.
That was a great move. Yeah, no contact there. He went nice late move into turn 2. Didn't have any contact, managed to get to the apex, and Leo Robinson gave him some space. So yeah, Leo's obviously going to be trying to get back onto him now. He's right up his gearbox, but Al-Zahari, he's done a great move there.
It was good, and he's definitely seeing him as a bit of a charger, aren't we, Al-Azhari? So he came through and won yesterday's race, was very quick through the field in the first start of race 2 earlier today, so could be another one to watch. And I think that typifies the championship for me this year. This is only the 3rd event, but we're seeing so many drivers capable of winning. You know, there isn't anyone with the level of dominance we saw from Deegan Fairclough last year, and you can argue that a couple of ways. You can say, was Deegan that strong and the other's not good, or is this a much stronger competition? I think it's a strong competition this year.
Yeah, it does seem very close, doesn't it? There's a lot of front runners, a lot of good drivers. I mean, people like Leo Robinson, who have just seen being overtaken. He was winning races last year, so we know he's good. So maybe there's just a lot more competition this season. But Leo is struggling a little bit, to be honest. He's now got Pizzic all over the back of him, so he's maybe going to lose another place to the Rodin car very soon.
He could well. Still McLaughlin out front. He's got the fastest lap as well, the young Irishman, looking to grab a first win. As we look at Robinson, there goes Molnar in blue out of shot. Henry Jocelyn in the white and red Fortec car. Yu Hao Fu having a good run here, Phil. In the 69, he's up into 4th place. Had a torrid race too, because he had a grid penalty, and then he got involved in the turmoil of the first start, but thankfully for everybody, not thankfully, that there was a problem with the circuit infrastructure, with the electronics or whatever, and the race had to get cancelled, but we did get everyone back in for race 2. But some good battling going on here. Pizzic now having a go at Robinson, so Pizzic in the 93. It's almost like the weekend has finally come to Jimmy P.
Yeah, it certainly does look that way, doesn't it? He's all over the back of Leo Robinson. I feel like he's going to make a move soon. He tried to go on the outside into turn 2, but that wasn't going to be the move. But let's see if he can go for a late lunge like he did before into turn 4 at the hairpin. But no, Leo saw that one coming.
What Jimmy Pizzic's got to be careful about is the drivers behind him. He's got Tommy Harfield, who is running, I think, 4th in the championship at the moment, 4th or 5th Tommy Harfield, with Chris Dittman racing, and a decent result, podium in the reverse grid race, so he'll be looking to apply a little bit of pressure to him as well. And with him as well, Theo Palmer in the 23, the XL, which is the white, red and blue with XL Racing, but it's Rodin, the black and white 93, busy chasing the car of Leo Robinson at the moment. There goes Yu Haofu out of the picture, followed by Al-Azhari.
You can see Leo Robinson's trying to break the toe there as he's weaving down the straight. It kind of worked a little bit because Physique didn't follow him. But he's big lock up there from Mercier. Raber.
Yeah. Championship leader coming into this one, the 47 car, qualified 12th, so that's how he was on the front for the reverse grid race, and struggling to get points in this one is August Raber. There is Molnar up ahead of Jocelyn. We can see Jocelyn grab a podium, and Molnar has been so consistent so far this year. The youngster, very personable last year, won the rookie championship, got into the lead on the last round. Here we get the battle for the lead, for this position. Robinson seeds it. Jimmy Physique goes through and makes it up into 6th place.
Yeah, he managed to get a good run off the last corner there, clearly, because he was already past him before they got to turn 1. So Leo Robinson's definitely struggling. Unless he's on his worst set of tyres, he does seem to have a bit of a problem, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that could well be it. I think he was closer to the front, wasn't he, in the reverse grid. So he's got Tommy Harfield crawling over the back of the car behind him, which is Theo Palmer. Theo, a new driver into the championship, did a couple of races with us at Silverstone 3 weeks ago, and his debut, ex-Carter. He's come with a change here. Tommy Harfield down the inside of Theo Palmer. I'm about to tell you that Palmer started racing at the age of 9, as many of them do, but he's had a long relationship with the XL team and translates that now as Harfield goes through. Super stuff from Tommy Harfield again.
Yeah, and Bergstrom as well, he's in the mix, isn't he? He's around the outside now, make sure there's no contact with Palmer. And you can see also, Raber there as well. He's managed to get down the inside of Palmer.
I think you called it about right with Robinson. It must be the tyres, mustn't it? Because you have to manage the tyres over the course of the meeting. And the likelihood is you're going to throw your best tyres on for your best chance, which was probably race 2. This is all good jostling stuff here from F4, some of the typically great races. One of the better circuits, in my opinion, for F4.
Oh, a bit of contact there with Fernandez as well against Palmer. Fernandez now on the outside as he's going through the bomb hole. Let's see if he's got enough speed. No, he hasn't, and that's bringing Ella Lloyd into this mix. She's now gone down the inside of Fernandez, so great bit of driving from the McLaren Junior driver.
Yeah, first look at Ella Lloyd in this meeting, and good to see her, the race winner in F1 Academy a few weeks ago. And nice to see her racing with Rodin this year. It's got Chloe Chong as a teammate this weekend as well. Welcome Chloe back. As also get a look at Esme Kosterman, but leading that group is Tommy Harfield, who's got to try and chase down Jimmy Physique. There is August Raber in 47, the Argenti runner leading the championship at the moment. Race leader just going out of shot, Finn McLaughlin. Second position, Martin Molnar. McLaughlin still with fastest lap. Last lap's both 1:49s. McLaughlin 7/10 quicker than Molnar on the last lap, so he's still gunning it at the moment.
Yeah, the fastest lap is McLaughlin, like you said, 49.2. There's a lot of drivers in the 49s, 49.8, 49.7, 49.6. Here we go. Leo Robinson again trying to defend from Palmer there and Ella Lloyd. So he's doing a good job to keep them both behind, but now that brings Ella Lloyd into this, trying to get a run on Palmer. As you can see, Leo's in his mirrors massively, isn't he, as they're coming into turn 5 and 6.
Palmer was actually quickest for a majority, or quite a bit, of the qualifying session yesterday, and there was some very definitely some raised eyebrows saying, no, welcome to the championship, young fella. It's one thing you can do a bunch of testing and everything else, but to do the performance he did in his first BTCC meeting was absolutely remarkable, and I think notice that we can expect to see him amongst many other winners. He's still working hard, Palmer, trying to get on terms, make up another position. Still loads of lockups happening. So go through. Jeff Hall's still going, and the 25 car goes through. So the gap, first to second, 2.5 on the last lap. They go across the line. Martin Molnar still in second. Henry Jocelyn still in third. The gap goes out another 0.3.
That's a quick lap, 48.9 he's done. So that's the only driver in the 48s. The others are doing low 49s and 50s. So yeah, you can see. I thought Jocelyn was actually catching Molnar. He's a little bit nosed in the same lap time as Molnar. So it looks like it's going to stay as it is. But Jocelyn maybe might be able to get a bit of a slipstream soon and maybe pick up a little bit of speed. But I think the one to watch at the minute is Al-Azhari is catching through.
Yeah, and interesting as well is you got me saying it now. Al-Azhari's got his teammate Jimmy Pazik, so we've kind of got the roaded team battle going on.
Here's Lloyd going down the inside of Leo Robinson, and then you've got Beerman as well in the mix. He's trying to go down the inside of his teammate. They've given enough room for each other, but I think that means that Beerman's going to be on the outside for turn 3.
Yeah, Beerman's going to be picking up some handy rookie points here. His dad David was saying to me that this year, first full year in single seaters for Thomas, and very much rookie championship is the aim, much as they would like overall wins.
Look at this battle further back, so a big lock up there for the Xavier there, who's managed to still make the apex even with the lockup. It's very easy actually in these F4 cars to have these lockups and still make apexes. They're not getting too damaged either. They need to learn not to have so many lockups the further up the ladder they go, because it's very easy to damage your tyres in GB3 and F3 and F2 if you have too many lockups, but you get away with it in F4 a lot more, which I suppose being younger and they're only learning is important that they do get away with it.
So Fiona McLaughlin, he's going to attract a fair amount of attention, assuming he enters the British Grand Prix support race with the Red Bull livery. I imagine that that's going to be an even bigger shop window than the BTCC meetings.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be massive, that event. Let's see here again, Leo Robinson in the mix. He's definitely got some issues. He's just dropping further back. And yeah, look at him. He's definitely lost some speed. He's either got an issue with the car, got an engine issue, or some sort of power issue, or he's got some damage that he's picked up early on in the race.
Shame for Leo, because we know that he's capable of taking race wins, and all you can do is put this one down to experience, bounce back, clear your mindset, come back again at Thruxton next time. That's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? Thruxton as well. I'm sure we're going to see some great racing there in 2 weeks' time.
Oh yeah, I love Thruxton. It's a great circuit. Very hard on tyres though, so they are going to have to be aware of that when they're trying to plan their races. When are they going to use their tyres? Are they going to use all of them in qualifying? It's things like that they've got to think about. But yeah, going back to the Silverstone event, that's going to be unbelievable. Being able to support F1 at the British Grand Prix in these cars is going to be a great experience. As you can see, an XL car went very wide coming onto the back straight there. So yeah, he got a little bit airborne. You've got to be careful not to damage the floor too much.
It was Fu, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Fu, wasn't it? So he's still running fourth. He's not going to help his case by running that wide.
He's a fighter today. Going back to that, it's the first time, if you didn't know the story, it's the first time that FIA, F4, F3, F2 and F1 are all on the same bill, which is mega.
That's true, yeah, that's unbelievable.
Mega
That's
job.
Such a good event. Yeah, it's a lot of these teams and drivers are going to be doing it. Some won't, because it's an extra race to their season of paying. So it doesn't count towards the championship, but it is a great event to put yourself in front of all the F1 guys. But yeah, definitely well worth going and watching.
I'm wondering whether Jocelyn's getting a little bit closer to Molnar for second position. Let's have a quick look. 1:49 last lap, 49.89. He wasn't quicker on that last lap, but certainly the last time we looked at them, he seems to be a tad closer to the second place man, Martin Molnar. No problem about McLaughlin.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
It does look, yeah.
He looks very close, but the lap times are very similar, and like you said, he's a little bit slower. But this is the one that you need to watch for. You can see Al-Azhari on Fu. He's got a puncture. He's got a right rear puncture.
And that was the wing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So he's got a damaged wing.
That was Al-Azhari's wing.
That's such a
That's
shame
a
for
pity.
Fu.
Yeah, I agree.
Al-Azhari's going to have to come in for the front wing. And Fu, it might not even make it back round, to be honest.
Do you know what? He's done the sensible thing is he's got the car off track. Now, whether that will necessitate a safety car.
That's a late lunge. Very, very late. Too late, to be honest. And that's where the damage was caused. And then they get to turn 3. And neither of them are getting through the corner that easily, are they?
No, Al-Azhari's going to have to pit with that. If he doesn't, then there'll be a judicial, and that will throw him out of the points for sure. I feel really sorry for you, Fu. Qualified well, as you can see from the position that he was in, and no fault of his own in this one. Having shown great pace for XL Motorsport out of the race, which is a pity, as McLaughlin continues on his way. I can't remember, did High-Tech win? Who was Yuan Pu with last year? Was he with High-Tech?
He was with Argenti.
Argenti.
Yeah.
So High-Tech didn't win here last year, so this is really bucking the trend.
Yeah.
As far as what happened last year. Mind you, it was wet, really wet, wasn't it, last year here?
Yeah. I know that would be good for High-Tech to get a win, because they've not had much luck recently. But as you can see, the road-in car of Al-Azhari, and their Pasik's now all over the back of him. So Al-Azhari should come into the pits. unless he's just going to try and get to the end. But 8 minutes to go, it's not going to work.
Yeah, we haven't had a high-tech win, have we? Or just like going over the... Yeah.
He stayed out.
He is staying out, isn't he, Al-Azhari? Through goes Pazik, and I was saying we might get a new championship leader in this one. It could be that Pazik overtakes Raber now in this one, and maybe not McLaughlin, or we could end up with 5 drivers all tied on points. Yu Haofu obviously very disappointed, understandably so, but we'll come again in 2 weeks' time as we go back. The race leader getting away, Phil McLaughlin, very unlucky yesterday, you could say, and no points for him, but still up in with a great chance of the championship. So it's McLaughlin, there is Yu Haofu's car, McLaughlin, Molnar, Jocelyn, Al-Azhari and Pizek. That will change. Pizek, Harfield in 6th, so he's probably going to go up to 5th place. Bergstrom, who was doing well in the reverse grid races, in 7th, so he's got handy points. And Raber's in the points as well, he's in 8th.
It looks like they're going to just try and run that under yellow flags for a few laps, so I think they feel like the car's enough out of the way, which is a fair thing to do, I think, as long as, you know, they can all see it. Oh no, who's that? That's Edge.
Charlie Edge, and Esme Kosterman has gone off as well. So Edge and Kosterman.
Oh, you can see further back, look, they've had a coming together going through turn 3, and I don't know if they've got any damage. It looks like Edge's car is okay, but yeah, he's got going again.
That was for 18th place. Hopefully they'll both get going, because we would like to, if at all possible, avoid a safety car. And that is what the race officials are trying to do, obviously, with Yu Haofu's car. So they'll try and keep racing as long as we can. Al-Azhari still struggles on without the wing. Going past him now is August Raber. I'll tell you what, he's done well without that front wing.
Yeah, he could do with this race ending quite quickly, because he is losing a lot of time in a lot of places, but he just wants to get to the end and score a few points.
That's the aim, isn't it? So we'll see as they come across the line. There is Martin Molnar, who has he maybe just edged away a little bit again from Jocelyn. It's very evenly matched, these two. The gap has been, I'll tell you what, Jocelyn closing up under braking as they go into the Justin Wilson hairpin. Now out of that, down towards the left-hander at Palmer, which can catch you out if you haven't done any testing, but these guys, of course, have done plenty of track testing here, past Kosterman's car, which is on the outside of Palmer.
So that's 2 cars that are off the track, and they're just going to run the yellows, which, again, very sensible, allowing the racing to carry on. Obviously, the grid has sort of split up a little bit, so it's not like there's loads of cars with each other like there was earlier. But, yeah, it's 5 minutes to go, so I think they're just trying to run this to the end.
Sensible decision. It does, of course, limit some of the options available to Henry Jocelyn, the Fortec runner, to try and close in on Martin Molnar and maybe take the battle to him. But another good result for Martin Molnar here in the 24. He's had all of his finishes have been in the top 10, so you know that for 3 meetings he's very good when you're considering you got the reverse grids as well.
Yeah, he's done an amazing job with that team, especially like I said earlier.
Yeah,
he's on his own,
one, isn't he? Yeah.
On his own at Virtuosi.
In fact, we got both the solo guys, haven't we, with the Fortec man as well.
That's true. Yeah, Molnar with Virtuosi and Jocelyn with Fortec, but. Yeah, the Virtuosi team did try and get someone else in the car early on in the week. Old Stilpe, he came back and had a go, didn't he? So
was that Virtuosi or Fortec?
With Virtuosi,
right?
Yeah, so he ended up being quickest on the Wednesday test. So just shows that the team and the car are doing a great job there. As you can see, a big moment through under the bridge for Raber. Well saved for the Argenti driver.
I love the interview with him at the end of race 2, and he just seemed. Louise said, "You're leading the championship now." Am I? It was. It was a big surprise. A lot of the drivers don't have a clue, do they, where they are in terms of championship points?
No, not at this stage. And with every race counting, you know, you can't drop anything in this championship. So you've just got to keep chipping away and look at it towards the end of the year. But yeah, like you said earlier, it's very close between the top 4 or 5, isn't it?
It is, you know, and yeah, I'm not even going to try and attempt the maths here. We'll leave that to you. I know you like doing the math. Charlie Edge. Charlie Edge is having a bit. He did so well in the last race, Charlie Edge.
He was on the edge of the track there, wasn't he? But then he just went a little bit wrong as he went to brake for the final part of the S's, and he's fallen off the circuit. But maybe he's got a little bit of damage from that incident earlier.
That's about right. Here's Ella Lloyd coming through with Thomas Behrman in behind, and Xavier Avramides in as well. Really jostling at the moment, but pretty close stuff on track. Up ahead of them, we've got Theo Palmer in the white, blue and red XL Motorsport car, but these three, nice to see Ella Lloyd up in the points as well.
Yeah, she's doing a great job today, actually. Yeah, so obviously 9th position in the McLaren coloured car. So, yeah, definitely getting stuck in, which is great to see.
Race leader goes through the shot there, heading down through bomb hole. There's definitely a gap now, second to third, so whether Jocelyn...
Yeah, a bit of a problem there. I don't know whether he's just slowed or he's got an issue. He might have a puncture or there's something gone wrong, because he's dropped right off the pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Not good for the 26 car, so Henry Jocelyn has had a podium at second position in race 1 of the weekend, so he'll be keen to hang on for another one as we pick up on Xavier Avramides, trying to challenge Behrman for 10th place. That's the final championship point, 10th position that Avramides is trying to get onto with that trio battling hard. Jeff Hall in the 25 running well too, trying to claw his way back from where he was earlier on.
Yeah, no, he's had a bit of a nightmare. He had his first podium yesterday, which was great news for the Mercedes young driver. But yeah, unfortunately had a bit of an issue on lap 1 here, and he's fallen further back. And yeah, it's now behind Chong.
Here's Elba Larsen coming up, having a look on the inside of Henry Mercier in the 13 car, so the 2 blues, and the Danish lass is going to try and go through on the inside.
Oh, that was close, that was. They're still running closely together, but that means Mercier's now going to be on the inside for turn 3, so he just needs to keep it there and defend, and that's going to keep the position.
Yeah, good stuff. Elba Larsen, really good addition to the championship, and looking to, I think, do the non-academy weekends, again, like many of the drivers, which will qualify her for the championship, the challenge trophy, as we have a quick look at our race lead. Still with fastest lap, 3.7 seconds clear. Martin Molnar is still there in third and having great fun on his way down into the S's. Goes Henry Jocelyn.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on the lap before. He was running wide through the bomb hole and a little bit wide through Coram as well. So I'm not sure whether he managed to get a lot of pickup on his tyres from the S's, and that's why he's not got the grip that he had before. But definitely looks back on it now, doesn't he?
He does. I wonder what it'd be like if he had a teammate who could share regular race data with. He's coached by James Gornall, former touring car driver, former mini champion, of course. He's obviously doing a good job with him in the car.
See Jeff Hall now all over the back of Chong. He's managed to get a better exit coming out the S's, but then she covered it off before the bomb hole. But yeah, no, Jeff Hall needs to try and make this place up, but unfortunately it's not going to get many points. But we're on the final lap now for McLaughlin.
It is, so well, this is going to be the first win, assuming he hangs on to it, for Fionn McLaughlin, but he's absolutely dominated this one, did a super start, and then has built the lead over Martin Molnar, who himself has done a good job defending from Henry Jocelyn in third place. Jimmy Pazik has come through into fourth, which I think is an amazing drive, because he started down in, was it 12th or 13th place on the grid? Jimmy P was outside the reverse grid part. Yeah, did in fact qualify 13th.
He did, yeah, but managed to get to 12th because Fu had someone had a penalty, didn't they? So yeah, he did start 12th. But yeah, great driving from Pazik. It's really important for his championship attack there to get all the way up to fourth.
Sets up nicely, doesn't it? We've got this high-tech roading battle that's beginning to develop with the high-tech man here leading this one, Fionn McLaughlin. Finn to some people. Apparently Fionn is the dad. You know, when you're an angry dad, you've got this to come. and you call your child by the Fionn, apparently is what Fionn's dad calls him. I think if you say the Fionn quickly, that's probably whatever it calls him Finn, but there he goes. But he doesn't mind either way, Fionn McLaughlin, and he is leading this one. It's going to be a maiden win in the championship for the young Irishman. The 17-year-old is leading this one well. Martin Molnar's done a sterling job as well in second position. Here we come out of Murray's corner for the last time. A little bit of a wobble from the number 5 car, but it's nothing to worry about. He's done the hard work along centre straight, and there's the checkered flag. Fionn McLaughlin takes the win. Martin Molnar will be in second. We wait for Martin to come across the line. Last year's rookie champion. Then it was Henry Jocelyn. Jimmy Pazik's going to be a way back. Remember, he's come up from 12th, 13th on the grid. Pazik, let's wait and see. Here he comes. Jimmy Pazik takes 4th position. Tommy Harfield is next up, and Joel Bergstrom will complete our top 6 here at Snetterton. Fantastic race for the 2025 Wera Tools F4 British Championship. Racing continues. Henry Mercier busy challenging as well, but it's Chase Fernandez ahead of this group. This is for 12th place, outside the championship points. Fernandez not a rookie either, so won't get the rookie points. And Rowan Campbell-Pilling working his way. This is 17th position. Elba Larsen, if we could see her, would be the car in front, but we're going to get a run to the flag with the man who was one of the top rookies in last year's championship. It's fair to say he's had a frustrating start to the 2025 campaign, but we've seen plenty of Sheffield steel from this man over the course of the last couple of rounds, and he will keep on challenging. And as Phil said, it's a full 30 races this championship, and Rowan Campbell-Pilling will use every one of those to try and claw his way back into the championship contention. So after taking a trio of second positions, it is Finn McLaughlin who takes it, his first win, and one suspects is going to be the first of many. The High-Tech boys absolutely delighted with that, and they've broken their duck. The team duck for the year has been broken. Round 9 of the Wera Tools F4 British Championship here at Snetterton is won by Finn McLaughlin from Martin Molnar and Henry Jocelyn completing the podium. Jimmy Pazik comes fourth from Tommy Harfield. Then it was Joel Bergstrom and August Raber. Second in the rookies was Theo Palmer. Ella Lloyd takes 9th, and Thomas Bierman again completes the rookie podium in 10th. 11th goes to Xavier Avramidis from Chase Fernandez. Then Ethan Jeff Hall ahead of Chloe Chong in 14th. Henry Mercier 15th from Elba Larson. Then it was Rowan Campbell-Pilling and Charlie Edge. Adam Alazari struggled home for 19th, out of the points sadly. Then Esme Kosterman recovered for 20th. And issues sadly for Yu Hao Fu, Leo Robinson and Cole Hewitson. As we head to Thruxton, it's McLaughlin now takes the win and takes the championship lead. Martin Molnar moves up into second. He's 9 points down. Jimmy Pazik is in third from August Raber. Tommy Harfield in fifth. Then Adam Alazari, sixth from Henry Jocelyn. Ethan Jeff Hall, Thomas Bierman in 9th place. And Rowan Campbell-Pilling completing our top 10. Rookie Championship, McLaughlin, the outright championship leader, needless to say, leading that as well. Thomas Bierman in P2 from Xavier Avramidis. Theo Palmer, fourth, ahead of Henry Mercier. Charlie Edge, sixth from Cole Hewitson. Alba Larson and Piotr Orzechowski. The challenge headed by Tommy Harfield by 11 points from Charlie Edge. Alba Larson, third, ahead of Ella Lloyd, and Harry Reynolds in fifth. So that's a run-through of where we are as we head to Thruxton, which, as Phil Glue said, is going to be an absolute mega meeting. Always is. We always love Thruxton for single-seaters and touring cars. Going to be an absolutely mega weekend. But Finn McLaughlin takes the win. And you know what? He deserves a word with us after the break, which we will have. Please stay with us.